All right, we should be coming live there in any moment. Let's get to it. It's Monday, which means it's that time. Let's do this. Whoops, wrong button. A little bit rusty. All right, speaking of rusty, welcome back. My name is Vinny Emini. Tonight, we're doing Mentorship Monday. We got a lot of things to cover. We've got our new version out. Hopefully you guys are as excited about the new buttons as I am. Getting a lot of good feedback from that. We're gonna go and review some videos here tonight. We've got the close half position, double my current position, and flatten all. Flatten all positions if you do have open positions, whether it's from full auto or otherwise. Very, very cool feature, along with the others. If you missed the video prior where we went through all of the video, I'm sorry, not video features, the new AlgoBox features, definitely go back and check out that video. Can I get a mic check in the room? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I see the dial is spinning here. Before I get going, I want to make sure it's working. I see a spinning dial. Let me see. One moment. It says connect live streaming software. I don't see anybody talking back. Mic check, mic check. I think something's broke. Sound great. Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you, Rain. All right, speaking of rain, here's what we're gonna do. Somebody said it was offline. Okay, no, I think we're online now. So you guys let the room know that that we're going. So here's what we're gonna cover. I've got the Ask Vinny questions section. Got quite a lot to catch up on with. I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks since we did a Mentorship Monday. New things. We've got a tech support staff. Shoutouts to Iman. Iman is now Neo from the Matrix. So he'll be helping you guys out with any tech support issues. I've been training him up here this week, and as we move into the following week, I don't think it should take too long to get him up to speed. And then I'll be doing a lot more training with you guys. And not like this, we'll be doing more professional styled stuff laid out in our new format. Different quality level, all of that. That'll be there. What else is new? I think that's it. Yeah, get to the new features. Let's talk about what we're going to do. We are going to ask the Vinny question section, and I'm going to do some reviews. In fact, we're going to start there with some of the reviews. I think everybody gets a lot out of those. We're going through some of those that people have sent over to us. And I do encourage you guys to get OBS installed on your computer. OBS is very easy to use, and it's really not just for me to do reviews for you, but you to review you. Sometimes you are your best coach. You need to go back and look at your own trading and see, what are you doing in your trading, and you'll see what I mean here tonight. I'm going to do some of my own coaching to our members here, and you should be able to do the same. Let me go to a full window here. And the first one, let's start out with a couple of videos from Buyo. I had a one-on-one chat with him, was it yesterday? And he was struggling with basically too many trades. The short answer is he's trading the morning session, and which has a special, I won't say special, but it has it's different than the afternoon. You guys see me trade the afternoon a lot. I tend to prefer the afternoon. It has to do really more with my schedule. It's not the market. In fact, I think that the market in the morning has great opportunities, but you do need to trade it differently. So let me kill the music here while we get into this, because some of these do have music. Let's see, before we get started here, did I miss any questions? No, everybody's good. All right, so let's get to it. So this first video here, we're going to do some trade reviews. And let's see what kind of feedback we can get. We got a lot to chat about. So first thing he says here are all trades are taken with case Corsair K55 RGB set up with all hotkeys. Okay, so there's a lot of hotkeys action here. That's good to know. because that is a different style of trading. I mean, you can combine mouse and keyboard, but really those hotkeys are going to be helpful. You guys know my division rule. If you don't know, make sure you think about it. So here's your head, divide left and right, one side buy, one side sell. I think that's a good balance for you. The brain is very good at being able to go this side and that side, as long as you have them memorized. You need to make sure that you've got one on the buy, one on the sell. I recommend doing it like this because this is how the buttons are laid out in NinjaTrader. Buy is on the left, sells on the right, so you should kind of orient yourself accordingly. So he's got his hotkeys there. He has the close, the break even, BE means he's got his auto break even button. We have the buy, we have the sell, and his hotkeys. All right, great notes there, and let's roll in and take a peek. All right, so he says trade one was, I believe it said a DCDM. Trade one, DCDM, TIW. Oh, shoot. Somebody help me out. What is TIW? You guys and your acronyms, I do not understand. What is TIW? Is this something I'm supposed to know? I don't use that acronym. Tell me what this means. Somebody help me out. TIW. Trade one, DCDM, TIW. Is that a common acronym that I should know? Toe in water. Got it. Toe in water. Got it. Okay, toe in the water. All right, so small trade off of his first one here. Toe in water, green, MACV. Ultimate is green. So one note in the mornings. So he's trading morning sessions. I mentioned this to him in our chats that the MACVU in the morning is less important. Don't forget, in the mornings, what happens in the mornings? We have all the players coming to the baseball field. We've got the big money players. We've got the forced entries of 401ks. We have people who have requested their brokers to buy certain stocks that have to be executed in the morning, etc. We're taking these trades at the open. So the MACVU is less important in the morning, so take that with a grain of salt as you go into that. That's more important in the afternoons. So, but he is pointing out MACVU, green histogram. This one is going to be more important. That's good. And he said DCDM, so carry on. All right, he's got a green dot on the fives. Now, he's wiggling his mouse everywhere, so I'm already getting nervous about this. Again, I can tell his mouse speed is super fast. I mean, when you see a mouse whipping around like crazy like this, it tends to be, this leads you to fidgeting. So I would encourage people, be careful with your mouse speeds. Let me close out my NinjaTrader here so I have a different background going on here, because I see my stuff back here and that one. Let me close out here. Close, yes to all. Okay, there we go. That way I won't get confused and accidentally click on my own buttons there. There we go. Green dot on fives, and there's your double cross. I see it. Okay, mouse is in a very weird position here, but he's using hotkeys, I'm assuming here, and he's entered into the position because I did not see him press the button over there on the right. He's got a nice deep entry here off of a DCDM to start, and he's got the big 1525 on the ATM. Okay, had to close out pretty quick because it broke it pretty fast there. Okay. Nice. Trade two. Re-entry, quarter position. So what's a re-entry? Re-entry in general, if you are planning on doing a re-entry, I generally tell you guys press F6 and you would want to draw a horizontal line right there. A re-entry on one of these is going to be right there. So he's picked it accurately, but I would encourage you guys, if you are thinking about doing that, take it right there. Now, if he has them auto drawn, which he does, you can actually see, if you zoom in really far, you can see there's the faint lines right here. And right here, you see the double lines right there? So he's got them already there. This is a setting. If you go into your double crosses, go into that one, go to the parameters, and you can see draw horizontals. You can actually turn that on. So in his case, he has them turned on. They may or may not be on yours, depending on your workspace. But if you would like them turned on, you can do it. He's got it right there. So he can visually see this coming at him. My finger would be, my right hand is over the sell. My left hand would be on the buy on my hotkeys. That's how I would play it. Again, that's my job, to tell you guys, to show you how I would be playing these. And again, if you're struggling, I always encourage people, play it like me. When you get good at doing the way that I do it, then if you want to remix it and do it the way you do it, I would encourage you to do that at that time. Okay, there he goes. Entering into position. This time he is going, last time it was toe in the water, single contract. He did do +1 or more, which is good. So he's followed our increasing your trade size for trades 1 through 5. Prior one was a loss. So he's increasing his size on the second one. Entering in right there at that line. Oftentimes you should be able to anticipate that a little bit more. A little bit of a slip tick right there. I'd love it to see the entry right there at those lines. But, you know, here we go. Okay. Moving stops and targets around. I really would not fidget with the stop. Targets only on this one might be okay to push it on out there. Try not to fidget as much as possible. Take the entry and be ready to add to position with your buttons. Okay, moving to stop, puts a stop right back here behind the DCDM. That is the proper location, but remember, I always tell people, again, you can rely on that close button as well. But I'm not going to fault you. If the market's moving slowly, I can't tell what the speed. Let's see, speed's at 77. It's a little bit quick to be, you know, farting around, moving around. Because what would happen if a green dot showed up right here? If a green dot showed up here, is he, I mean, if he's, this is what happens. You may think that, oh, I got my hotkeys real fast, but if I'm going to be moving my mouse around and I'm moving things around, your brain is focused on moving things around, not focused on being able to enter into that position quickly. So just a note on that, be ready to add to position more so than adjusting stops and targets all the time. Okay, something's going on there with the, I don't know, it looks like it paused there or something, or it's off screen. Yeah. So again, another one of those where he's clicking around on this chart, and did you notice he had to move it over? He had to move it over because he accidentally slip clicked before when he's moving his mouse around, and he moved the chart and now he couldn't see where that price was going. Okay, this can happen to you. You notice that? So right here, see how the mouse is at a hand position thing? Anyhow, small thing, but again, small things will add up over time and they'll eat away at your P&L. So a couple of ticks that got eaten up by the entry there, but he's still up 180 after one loser, one winner. Good stuff. Okay. Looks like we got another one. Green Histo, green Mac VU, and he's got a double cross again and green dot back behind it. Is this the second one he's taken here? Yes. Okay, so he's got another one going. Let's see how this one goes here. Targets out. Closed out quick. Awesome. Re-entry. Break in the red dot. Good. So he could add right there on a break of a red dot. He could have added to position right there. Makes me so nervous, his mouse moving all over the place. Okay, so I really don't understand this. Like, this is everybody. I really need to give this, you guys probably have heard my last few reviews. Why? Help me, somebody explain this to me. How does it help you having your mouse moving around here? Does it make you feel like you're making money or something? Like you're moving your mouse in here? This does nothing for you. Moving it around, doing all this stuff and dancing around does not make this move any faster, I promise. Okay. Your hands need to be in places. I really feel like your right hand should be over the sell. Your left hand is over on your hotkeys on the left. Buy, sell, buy, sell. That's it. Now, if you need to quickly move over and get your targets out of the way, fine. Stops, remember, can be handled by a close button, which is your thumb. Your thumb should always be over the close button. That's your G6. Oops. I was trying to draw there. I just pressed my own G6 key. G6, bottom left. Right, that's your thumb. That should be your close button for your hotkeys. So yeah, you really shouldn't be around here. Another thing that can happen is you end up moving your charts around and you miss stuff, especially when the market starts moving quickly. The market is at this point, the speed is at 124. So again, speed is there. Great trade, good play, awesome stuff here, but we want to try to maximize this. Get your fingers over here around the buttons. Just my advice. To try to maximize what you're doing. Boom. Okay, what happens right here? So notice, I don't know why. How is that in, like again, front run your target, whatever, you're moving your targets around. This shows up right here. You should be closing out how much of this position? You have to at least close out half your position right here. This is a scenario where you can, well, he doesn't have the, okay, he doesn't have close half. Perhaps this video may have been recorded. Oh yeah, it was. He recorded this video before we had the half off button. But this is one where we want to close out part of this position. Okay, so, and he can't really do that very easily right now. Why? Because he's got them groups together. So he can't really easily grab that and drag it down, take off half. He doesn't have a close half button. So tough stuff here. Yeah, half, right? Half or full, because it happened, anytime it happens right in front of your line, it's, in my opinion, just not worth it. What you end up having is you got this great play moving on, and even if this does come back up here and give you some extra space, you have to wait for a long time. Oftentimes this will come and do this little dance, and then eventually come up here, and oftentimes still won't get there, and you have to close out, and it's like you could have had other trade opportunities in here. You could have had some scalp scenarios and whatnot. So when one of these shows up, this is sort of like, instead of holding all the way out to the gold line target up there, a cross that shows up just in front of it might be a spot you want to close it. I think this one ends up working out for him, probably because we're breaking a high of day scenario here. So a little exception here because of this. Usually when we touch a high of day, we're not going to just bounce off and come back down. First touch of that, we're usually going to push it on up and through that high of day. So let's see how this goes here the rest of the way, but there should be some position pulled off. Oof, see, already what happens is when this starts to come down, you're also missing out on opportunities to add to position here. He could take off half the position right here, and a green dot shows up down here. He could add that half back. Remember, half on, half off add. That is a video we have. Watch the advanced level. That was the maximizing your winners video. That's in the advanced section. And we talk about half on, half off add. This should be a half off. Then as it comes down, we add half back, and then boom. So we can really maximize this position, because if it does end up going all the way up there, you just want to, instead of doing, he's up 600 on the day, that's great. But we're talking about the difference between, a $500 day and a $1,000 day, or sometimes thousands instead of hundreds, right? Make sense? 2 muck time. But if you press sell, you can close half manually. No. Clicked enough times to equal half of those times. Okay, carry on. Oof, did he close the whole position? Okay, so then he did react. Oh, that's even worse. Okay. So that's a lot of ticks to give up. But look at this. Look what he's doing. Look what he's in the middle of. He's in the middle of moving his stops around. Why? What does this do? What does this help you? It doesn't help you any. And really, do you want to have this come all the way back there? If you were afraid of this, bro, your finger should be over the close, your thumb on the close, you close out the position, you yank it. Okay, the only thing that this helps you with is if you lost connection for some reason, okay, which is why I tell you guys, don't be on wireless, have a backup connection, all that kind of stuff. But this should not be a normal part of your routine. Stop farting around with your stuff, okay? Stop playing around, stop moving your stops around. All this is it's just bad habits, guys. Don't do it. Okay, I mean, then you miss out on, these are precious ticks right here. That is such a beautiful play. You shouldn't be only up 560 at this point of the day. Okay, carry on. Still good. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be profitable, but that's what I'm here to help you out to do, okay? I'm here to make it even better. Let's go. Okay, green histo, MacVU. What time of day is it? It's 10 o'clock. All right, Zeddy, thanks for dropping by here tonight. Yeah, you can catch it tomorrow. I know it's late your time. No worries. Okay, he's taking an HMD long. I can't see the other charts. Did he zoom into this? Let me zoom back here. Let me see if I can see any context before he gets into this. Okay, so he did say green, green. This looks a little bit nasty. It looks like it might be at kind of at the top here. We might come back down. Little bit gnarly here. The good news is the bar right before it is a ignition bar. The one right in front of it, that's an ignition bar right there. So high time frame could be good. I like that. We've got some space up above. My MacVU, I'm sorry, MACD histogram though, little bit tough here. So we're at the top here. The prior was right there. Did we take a turn? Yeah, we had a turn down of, a good amount of ticks there. That's 50, 70, 50 to 70 plus ticks right there that we pulled down. He's back up at the top of this. Remember the masher, so just be very careful. Okay, he ends up taking a it's an okay play here, but yes, just be a little careful of knowing where you're at context wise on that play there. And lost my mouse. Here we go. Okay, yeah, broke that spot there. Wanted to close that out pretty quick. That one happened to zoom on him. That's where, again, I would have my finger over that close, man, and I would have my other hand over it. It makes me nervous, but I know people use their hotkeys in different ways. But be very good at it. Just if you're gonna do it that way, just be very, very good at it. All right. Let's see. Should we have the tide and wave zoomed out? Yes, you would want to be zoomed out a bit more on some of those. I don't think his is bad. When I looked at it, I didn't see that he was zoomed in too far. He definitely has. So from his configuration, this does make me feel like I'm a bit squished in. This chart, I don't feel like there's enough detail in here. I think he told me he adjusted his charts because he likes all this space here. He literally said he wants the bars in the center of his chart. Look, I told him, I don't know why you would do that. I don't think that's helpful to you. I would rather, see more over to the left. If he has success with this, then great. But I would recommend that we have more visibility on this. Yeah, so it's a good point. Appreciate you bringing that out. And I would also probably extend this over a bit, move these out, have a little bit wider. And these might be, I do love seeing a lot of information on my lowest time frame charts. But if you're not reading the high time frames well, then let's give them a little more value. And I would slide this over. Even though I put a lot of value on these lower time frames, I don't think I would flatten them out this much. Also, the delta flagging is way too important, in my opinion, to have them this flattened out. These are very, very flat. It's very hard for something to stand out. Like that should be standing out like a sore thumb right there, but it really doesn't because of the way how much you have this compressed. That's a very important one right there. It just doesn't stand out as much as it should there, knowing that there is going to be a pivot right here because of that guy right there. It just doesn't stand out enough. So a couple of things, make some adjustments on your chart. And I think one of the things he's not using a 4K screen here. He's got a very wide screen. We've talked about that. Listen, you can make it work. You can make anything work. At the end of the day, I always tell everybody, is if you practice with it and get good at it, congratulations. If you struggle and you want my suggestions, I would suggest you fix that. Another thing, I know it might not seem like much, but these are valuable pixels down here. When you're on a very, very wide and thin screen, like shrink this down, pull your charts all the way down, put your toolbar on another screen. He does have 3 screens, so we don't have to have a Windows taskbar down here. So I would pull that taskbar off onto another screen or set it to auto hide so that you have those extra pixels and just maximize your space here so that you can see this a bit better. So yes, I think appreciate whoever said that might need a little bit more visibility on some of those. I do believe these are helpful tips there. He ended up closing up the day at, did he show the end result there? So yeah, 235. Not great on a day where you really had some great plays in there. You had a really big one in there, and you should have been plus 1K day somewhere in there. Winner, chicken dinner. Another thing, particularly if you're trading in the mornings, you want to make sure that you are getting your 2 winners, especially your 2 big wins, and then you're enhancing it, adding to it. Don't take kind of a weak HMD in there that is sitting right up against something that might turn the other way, like at your masher line. That masher line, you should always be aware of where that masher line is coming. And we talked about that in that masher video. So good stuff right there. So he did want to have the chat with me because he had been, he had some lost days here. So we go to his next video. First thing I see, what's going on right here, right? This is, you can look over here to the right. If this is happening to you, there's a F button right over here. It's called the Fix It button. I don't know what it actually stands for. but NinjaTrader has this little F button right here to fix it. I call it the fix it button because it's the F button. And sorry for my allergies. I been outside, did some garage work on Sunday, and just a little bit stuffy here. So this needs to be fixed. I can't even tell how big that one is there. That's a little bit rough. And we talked about this before. I would make this bigger, make this bigger. These charts over here, I think putting this stuff in the center thing helps zero. I cannot get a whole lot of context from the high time frame like this at all. All this needs to expand over, widen it out, and move this over just a little bit more. Maybe cut this chart right about here. This chart, these two charts, push them over that way, and then slide everything over this way to give yourself some additional visibility. My first things that I'm seeing. Next things, I don't like this when the charts are going off the screen stuff. Like, I really don't, you can't catch context as well reading like this. So just a few of those. This, when you have this width, you have the long MACV filter chart to push over to the right. This needs to become prominent. You need to be able to see that MACV. And look, both of these, the fix it button is sitting here and you haven't clicked on those. That's why these all look all mashed up here and why this looks all messed up. So, this is starting out in the morning. This is his first set of trades in the morning. You need to set up your charts properly. Look at this. I don't know what's going on with his charts here, but all of these have the same problem. Like, all of this is the zoom's all messed up. You can't read what you need to read. Remember, you're trying to read a book here, and it's like you've spilled milk all over the thing, and it's like mixing up the words. You can't see stuff. So clarity on your visibility. You got low visibility. This is, I don't know, like, you've got this really zoomed, and why you've got all of this free space over here. We talked about it on the phone, but I just want to make mention to everybody else should also be seeing this. This is a problem. You've got way too much pixel space over here on the right of all these charts. I don't mind it as much on the lower time frames. I don't think you need this much space. Some extra space, it can be helpful, but too much is too much. So just a few things there, but let's see how things went here. Yeah, Rain said, I used to want my bars in the middle as well. Then we went on a call. You told me not to, and that's helped for context as well. Yeah, and we're going to get to Rain. I have Rain's video here tonight. We're going to do a review on his stuff as well. He passed a trader funding in a single day, made over 3K. We're going to review some of that awesome stuff. And, he and I have, we kind of turned his trading around. So let's take a peek. Okay, so he's got... I'm trying to read what we got here. So 9:40. We know time of day. There could be reversal time here. We're pretty neutral. We are right in the middle of the golden ropes. We're pretty close to the golden ropes up here, but we have a nice big red dot up here. So short. Okay, going short, and I am double cross, double move. Sorry, I see it. I didn't see it right there because I was I was zoomed in on the big blue one there, but yes, he's got another one there. However, this is a bit of a cluster, right? So you have to be careful here. This has already turned into a cluster, which can be a reversal. And I can't really catch context up here. I'd love to see a little bit more here to see the distance. Hard for me to kind of judge distance here on this. But if he's playing this as a pure DCDM, that's fine. Let's see how this one goes here. He's just towing the water on the first trade here. Okay, stopped out. That's a weird place to stop on that. Let me rewind that a second here. So the stop should be up here. So I'm trying to, I think he's putting the stop now behind this white cross. Yeah, I mean the proper execution of this, stop. And yes, this could play this whole zone. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Small loss. This this bothers me so much. Okay. I just gotta call it like it is. I'd love to be able to let you do this, but I really can't. I can't. You're hurting yourself here. Like, stuff off screen. Look at these deltas. I cannot even see these deltas. They're so flattened out. This over here, I'm having a hard time reading context, and I'm actually really good at this. Like, I can usually read markets, pretty well with context, but I can't even tell. Are we coming really hard down on the 89, or is this like coming from up and coming to this space? I can't really catch context here. I don't know how you could do it if I can't do it. Okay, so you basically may as well in this scenario like not even be looking at these right now, because you're only playing off of the low time frame, and then you're killing yourself not being able to see the delta flagging, which would be a primary component for this. So yeah, make some adjustments there with your charts. I think will help you out. Okay, this must be a PRZ cross long, and he's got headshot up top, double greens, no worries. We've been building a pretty big hill up here on the MACV. I would love to see a masher line from here, but I cannot see anything over here to the left. I see nothing. You can't see anything. So he's got no high time frame context at all. So basically right now, the high time frames are completely useless to us right now. He's literally taking this as just lower time frame stuff. So keep that in mind. He has increased his size on his second trade, so that's good. Let's see how it goes. Okay, closed out well. I can appreciate that he's taking small losses. That's good. He's closing out his positions where he should. Okay, so he's really wanting to take a trade right there. So now this one I'm looking over here to the left big time. So the last time that this pivoted, masher, right, was last time it turned. And what do I mean by turned? So it turned up right here after having dive bombed down. We turned when the histogram was down here. Right now the histogram is here. The dangerous part is this could have a very long way down before a really serious pivot. If you're trying to filter your trades, this is one that I don't know. I would take this one. This is a pass for me. Okay, now this one's looking juicier. I see a delta. It's almost as big as one prior before. I say almost, but it's not. Actually, it just looks that way because of how smashed he has this. So hard read on it, but sure. Good PRZ inside of is that in a shark? Would have loved to see this take as a shark back play, more so than where we waited for all this. He had a great play there for that. He did increase his size. That's good. He's got a shark up top as well. And I like where this is playing now. Look, this is getting a little bit closer to where we were before. We had a prior hump back here, about the same spot on the masher where we did have a pivot turn up. That should be enough for a target. I like this one a lot better, and you can read the context why for our mid time frame filter there would give this one a much more valid play than this one up here. We need to bring back some, I got some thoughts I put over in my notes, so we want to come back and talk about things like, a lot of people are missing out on forgetting the basic stuff. Like, we really need to be waiting till we have an impulse leg on the chart, right? Was it a trap or not? Ask yourself that question. And then be playing things after an impulse leg, or after a double delta, or after a masher, or after a king timing, or at the extremes. I see a lot of failures like this one right here. This would be an example of one where, some of you guys, and I say it's actually pretty common that we see a lot of you, like, this is not an extreme. there's kind of an impulse. You could say, okay, there's an impulse leg there, but it's one leg. We're not even waiting for two legs here, right? Remember, no, don't take. We're waiting for two legs to stand on, right? No flamingos. I know we forget the original OG rules sometimes when we get so caught up in the entry points, but this is like you went in on the first leg. There was not a second leg, but now there's a second leg. Right? There's leg one, there's leg two. This is much more valid. You got two legs to stand on, right? So keep those things in mind when you're trading. And we got the masher. This is good. So this has much, if you're having to filter, and you really should. I think a lot of you guys, especially if you're on the trader funding accounts, you need to be filtering your trades. You can't just fire off at all of them. You don't have the account size to do that. So just, a little bit less, if you have less freedom, then you need to treat it that way as well. All right, carry on with the trade here. No flamingos, that's right. Okay, great stuff. Target one. Oof, didn't quite get enough out of that. Okay. And again, they're not all going to be perfect. Did that one? Yes, we kept on down. No big deal. That's okay. But it was a better play than that other one. Looks like the market did turn down here. It's right there at 10 o'clock. Let's see here for the rest of this one. Okay, red headshot looks like. I see the red headshot. Nice. We got plenty of space to move down. I like this because think about how much space we had. I talked to Rain about this recently. Look how much space. I like visualize how much space I have from here to the tip from the prior pivot way down there. So that means if I'm taking a short play here and I'm entering in, I've got a spot right here. Look at how much space I've got. This thing could potentially run all the way to there. So if I'm taking a lower risk entry off of the lowest time frames and I'm taking a shot like this, I'm looking at the masher here and it looks pretty good. I'm not looking for, it's not like I'm trading right here where something could pivot back up on me. So it's a good read on this one. I like this play here. Oof, but the stop out. Okay. He did say this was one of the most difficult days there, so we give some help on that. Let's move over to, let's listen to Coop here, give our quick intro, and give me just 1 second. I hear my son out there calling. I'm going to press play on this. Listen into Coop here. Let me pause the music here. He's got a nice intro explaining what he's been doing with his trading to start. And then I'll come in and we'll give some critiques here. I'll put it at normal speed. And let's listen in to this one.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. This is Kansas City Coop coming at you on Friday, July 21st, 2023. So I haven't recorded in a while. I've been kind of, I was kind of having a little bit of a rut there with my trading, so I was trying to really focus. And I put all my 20 PAs on the back burner for now. So I don't have a lot of wiggle room left on them. It just seemed like I peaked at the perfect time. I was able to pass the accounts. I had 2 small green days the first 2 days that I traded the PAs. And then ever since then, it's just been a downhill slope where, downhill not in a good way. So it's been like this downhill trend of me trading red day after red day after red day. So after getting beat up quite a bit, I decided to just put those PAs on the back burner, and I opened a new 150K Apex account just to do some more testing. With the 50K accounts that I have as PAs, I do like the size, easy profit goal, well not easy, but easier profit goal of 3,000, but the drawdown is what is going to destroy us if we trade the way Vinny wants us to, because we can't really do the toe in water, quarter, half, full plus properly with only $2,500 of wiggle room. Because if we're going in, 10 contracts on a trade and it goes against us, especially like an Enigma or something where you have to have a bigger stop, you can get completely destroyed really quickly with those accounts. I guess if you went for something like, DCDMs or something with a lower risk, headshots, stuff like that, then you could definitely do that. But I'm a big Enigma player, so it just doesn't work out for me. So I want to see if I can stick to Vinny's trading system going forward with this 150K account, get myself back on track, and then I'll circle back to those PA accounts, once I get my mojo back and feel like I'm back on a green streak. And who knows? I mean, if I pass 150K account, I'll just probably, you know, blow one of my 20 PA accounts on purpose, so then I can make room for that 150K account, because I'd like to have a big account under my belt to be able to trade with size like Vinny does. I think the max contracts on the 150K accounts are 17 compared with 10. And then, of course, we have double the trailing threshold, 5,000 versus 2,500. So we'll see what happens. Nothing set in stone as of now. Just kind of trading what the market gives us, and hopefully we can get back on track. Let's get after it.
So in some of those, I was speaking with one of our members today, and I had totally forgotten that. So Top Step has a limit, even when you're getting a 50K account, that when you go to their PA version, that they don't let you trade more than 2 contracts until you get up to over 2K in profits. I some of this stuff I just yeah, stop step. Yeah, we're gonna stop you from succeeding. More like bottom step there. I don't understand that really, but yeah, the limitations on some of these accounts, you do need to take those into account. I also don't quite understand. I need to talk with Coop at some point to understand his thinking on taking only mostly 2 contract trades on his, you know, he had a trade copier that he's using, and he's doing it across 20 accounts. So I don't know some of the logic around that, but let's carry on. Let's watch some of the executions on the techniques here, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, this is pre-market still. It's only 8:12 a.m. Eastern time. There's no news today, so nothing's going crazy. It is Friday, early in, early out. It looks like we're kind of just slow grinding up. So I'm hoping that this pre-market double enigma here will play out to its entirety. We have the double enigma and then the DCDM. I didn't get in down here. I wish I would have, but I wasn't logged in yet. I just actually logged in a little bit late today, and then I noticed that it was at pretty much a second try DCDM point. So I'm kind of playing it as a combination DCDM double enigma. So technically with the ES, I'll probably actually put my risk, play it as a DCDM, so I'm not risking $475 on this trade. Instead, I'll be doing $225.
Yeah, so I like his analysis here. He's got the combination of the double cross re-entry, right? If you look across to the right, we would know this is a double cross, double entry re-entry move. And then we have the double enigmas back behind it. The thing I don't like is ES. Don't know what day. Oh, he said this is on a Friday. ES just in general, a little bit too slow. Context-wise, though, love this rise up. Love that this is sitting here ready to just continue on up here like that. Love this straight leg here. That, you know, he really has, you know, some space to work with here. We're not even at the high here on the masher yet. The prior high was, you know, a good ways up here. And remember, you're getting paid double for your trouble on the ES there. So he's got space here as well. He's not running into headwind. I would be more concerned about this anytime I'm running into a MACV histogram top there, what we call our masher. So if I'm running into a masher top, this has space to run. So whether it has enough legs to go all the way up here or not, that's to be seen. I don't know that it has that in it, and it's at ES, so not my favorite, but he's going to have to probably wait around for this play. Let's see, time of day here, it's 8:17, so he's early AM on this. Let's see how this plays out.
So I'll throw that there. I'm just going to let it play out, and I'll circle back later and hit the, you know, give you guys a quick update, because I'm not going to make you sit through this painful, slow process here. All right, guys, just circling back to this. Here's where I entered, was around here on the double cross, double move, 2-try rule, and it did play out to fruition, so we were able to bag that. That was a nice one because it was 2 contracts on the ES, so, you know, it's 12.
Yeah, that's a very big play on ES. That's like a 4+, more like a 5 contract play there on any other instrument. So I don't know that I would say that was more risky, but I mean, it is. With a nice play like this, though, super straight leg in there, and he had super straight leg over here that's kind of covered by this one. This one ends up going all the way up to the target one there. Very good. I mean, you can basically close out the day there. I can't tell if that's 600 or 800. Let me see if I can increase the quality level. Go to 4K here, and let's see if I can tell what that says. I kind of want to know. Is it 615 or 800? 615. Awesome play. 2 contracts.
12.50 per tick instead of 5. Normally I don't trade the ES, but this one just looked too juicy to pass up.
Yeah, good call.
Enigma short. Got a red dot. Enigma short.
Okay. I mean, he waited a long time for that one. You're gonna see if you're gonna play on the Enigma. I don't know the cadence here, so this chart's pretty squished up here. I would never do this. Like, this is so hard for me to read. I don't know how you can do this. So for me, okay, so I've just gotta tell it like I would do it. I don't know why the fix it button isn't here. Something's up with the chart here. I feel like I need to grab this and pull it up here and widen this out so I can see what's going on here. It does look like it's all squeezed up here, but you do have the Enigma. I do see the one prior, so that's a winner. And so you're asking for 2 winners in a row. If, I don't know what well, I can actually tell what the cadence is, right? I can tell it's not 3 in a row, right? We do not have 3 losers in a row to the left. So context-wise, if we're taking as Enigma, it's not. However, if he's taking it Enigma plus red dot, you might want to call this a double dot, plus double dot up here, plus double dot here, fine. But all of these actually, to me, look like they're pretty far behind. We've given up a lot of ticks here. Waiting pretty long time here to get into the play if we're going to take this short. So that's the analysis there.
Tap that.
Yeah, and look at all the heat that's being taken here. Entering in pretty late here, and now lots of heat. I would have rather seen him maybe even wait, until it came back to this area or something. And there's a nice bat entry right there. This would be, a place for if you missed the first entry. Okay, I'm going to enter in right here, so I'm reducing my risk. Looks like he's pulling his stop in here. It always makes me nervous.
Gotta move it.
Oh, so he pulls it down and then pulls it back. Again, a lot of this, just things, unnecessary. We've talked about these before. Try to eliminate the unnecessary things. You'd be surprised at how much more your brain can think about. Your mind can think about other things. It can think forward, like in chess moves. On a chessboard, you need to be thinking moves ahead. If your mind, though, is preoccupied by doing, a whole bunch of other things, it's just, you're not going to be able to do that. Hold on, I need to just shook everything and all my stuff went away. All right, and let's go.
It up above that Enigma there.
Yeah, stops in the right place for that.
Come on, drop it down. Drop it down.
So one of the things I'm looking over here to the left, I would be expanding out the smasher. Then again, I put a lot of value on the histogram of the MACV Ultimate or the MACV in general. You guys know that. So I would expand this out. This is too small, and this is kind of goes for everybody. You really should, give some credence to this and expand this out. If you have to widen up the chart, but this needs to be bigger. This is some important information down here. As I'm reading this, I want to know, well, am I overextended? Am I too far down? What it looks like, and again, this would be so much more clear if this were bigger. But if I can make my dot smaller, I'm going to try to make it tiny to do this. Here we go. It's going to be weird because we're down here to the pixels, right? But we're right here at the histogram. And you do see the prior pivot is down here. So there is some space. It doesn't look like much. And so you're not really getting a good read from this. The visibility on this is hard, right? And as a gamer, what do you want? You want to maximize your clarity and your visibility. It says some very low visibility stuff here. You can read it. It's possible, but I'm trying to help you out. This needs to be bigger, and you would have a better read on this. And you'd be like, oh yeah, I got extra space. I would actually say you've got plenty of space to hit out on T1 and T2, because I would have a line here, and I know people are not using the masher a lot. I really am going to encourage you guys, use the masher more. Yes, make it big. Exactly, guys. Yeah, masher, see, there's masher 500. He's coming into the room right now. He's telling you, make it bigger, make it big. Okay, and draw your line. Press F6. Draw that line across here, so you'll know. You'll see how much space you have from there to there. I know that's crazy pixelated and whatnot, but that's how much I had to zoom in just to see that spot down there. It's way out of his purview. I don't think he's being able to take that into context, but he would feel better about this play knowing that he had some space. And that's what you want, is confidence, because when you've got confidence that you've got room, you're going to add to position. You're going to go see, okay, I got another play here. I can add to position. If this green dot breaks, boom, I'm adding to my position. You know, stuff like that that you're going to get. These are the little small things, I know, but these are the things that you want to take into context. You're reading that higher time frame to know whether you should be holding out a position or not. Now, listen, if you're just going to be target one all the time, no problem. In fact, I would say if you are struggling with getting T2, then you may just need to eliminate it. Don't go for target twos until you get to a point where you are, you know, crushing it to T1 and you are starting to read the high time frame context to know whether you should be holding out a position to T2 plus runners or not. You know, so that's my thoughts around that.
Green dot on the 2. Nice.
Okay, so he gets his T1. That's great. Stuff breaks. Feel like you moved the chart or something. Yeah, I mean, there's so much fidgeting. You know, we've talked about this before. Fidget and moving and adjusting and constantly adjusting and what. Be calm. I got to, let's see. Take a deep breath. Calm down. Relax. Slow down your mouse. Some of you guys, maybe a tip might be go into your sensitivity settings on your mouse. Drop it down so that you will be encouraged to maybe just leave your mouse alone. Okay. Let it rest. Let your mind think about other things instead of moving things around, because you're not helping your P&L, okay? It's a very weird spot to have this too. Again, it really, this spot, I mean, I keep trying to reach out to the screen to fix this for him, but I want to press that button so badly. I mean, this price is coming right into a tag right here. You guys that slide this stuff over and your price is going into tags, I can't even see where the line is. This is like, y'all kill the visibility. And I know I've been playing this game a long time, so I'm jaded, right? About like, just, I feel like this would be normal stuff, but I guess I know it's not. So I need to be more patient with you guys and help you out, but I'm trying. Okay. This super bothers me. So just in case you know, on a scale of like 1 to 10, like how much this bothers me, that's a major. Okay. Like, that is in a very bad spot. And I think you actually moved it there because you wanted it there. That's the other thing. Like, this is not natural. My normal settings for you, I have what I believe is a good set of margin over here on the right. Most of the time. If you need a little bit more, I don't mind. But I don't know. I don't understand the obsession with needing to constantly move this stuff around. And maybe you're looking over here, and so maybe you don't care about this. But I think this is like one of your main entry points. You're mainly getting in off of this chart. So this is like a primary chart. So my eyeballs are focused here, and I tend to focus on the center chart anyhow. Okay, carry on.
Let's go to break even, because that's a pretty big risk there. And actually, I'm going to try to take it down to the open here. I doubt we get that far, but we will. I'm ready for it.
Nice, bro. Nice. Nice. Very nice. The tricky part with that, though, is look how much was given up. Like, remember when I tell you on your runners, you're trying to exit on an opposing signal. You don't get much more opposing signal than 3 PRZs with the diamond line right there, and he bounces really hard off of that and loses about 6 or 7 ticks off of that. Yeah, I would keep your cursor in the, on your controller, and this is our controller, right? That would be helpful. But so on a runner, hold your runner until you see an opposing signal. I'm telling you, like, check your P&L afterwards. Like, go back, redo these exact same ones, and hold until you see the opposing signal and close it. And if it breaks, fantastic, add back. So this is one of those where practice your, I know these are new, so I don't want to, harp on anybody for, why aren't you using your half and doubles? Okay, but this is practice, right? You need to, spend a little bit of time now that we have these there. I've taught you the half on, half off add techniques, and again, you can do that without these, But I do think these are going to be quite valuable. But guess what? They're not valuable if your mouse is where? if your mouse is over here, fart with the chart, and they're not in this space, how are you going to apply those at all anyways? And how are you going to take off half and then it breaks, add back, double back? Like you just can't because you're over here doing this. And another thing, if your mouse is too fast, when these are close together like this, you'd be surprised. Like you might wiggle too far. Like you'll like it's hard to explain, but you know what I'm talking about. If you move around your mouse and you got the sensitivity too high, fine motor control is more difficult when you need to do things that are close together to one another. So this closeout, where should it have been? He says he was holding it out to the close. That's fine. You can put it out there in case it breaks, but it would have needed to just boom, explode out of that area as soon as we get that first bar out of a push there. Remember also, look at the masher. Where's the masher at? The masher had crossed that point. We're touching down there to the bottom. No surprise we get a little pull up. But if you're already going to hold, then hold. Just keep holding because you either close out, maximizing that area, or immediately as it comes back, like you got to hold all the way, right? It's one of those things. You either need to just hold it all the way out, let his break even sit there so he can get those extra ticks. Let this, if it comes back up like this, it's probably going to come back down here and touch this area so he could have, second shot at trying to exit that out. But that's just that's giving away ticks right there. As far as that went back up, how far did it go? I see 31, 27. Yeah, it was. In fact, you see, it was at 31 at some point, and now it's at 23. That's 8 ticks right now, and he's still not closed. The way that I'm reading this, so he's got these set to ticks on this chart. So this bounced. It was at 31 right here, and it's 23. That's where I'm getting that number from. So that's a 8 tick move against him. Let's see when he closes it out. 23, 24, 25, 24. Okay, so 7 ticks-ish.
Let's close it out.
When he closed it out. So how much, somebody calculate for me, type it in the chat there. How much is 7 ticks worth? Type it in the chat for me. On an NQ, on how many contracts did he have here? He had, okay, it's just one contract left there. So just one contract. How much is that? One contract. 7 ticks on the NASDAQ. All right. So hopefully you put 35. So that starts adding up real quick. How many people make $35 an hour? Right? On 2 contracts, starts getting pretty heavy. You're at $70, right? That's 70 bucks given up on a little bounce like that. That adds up over time. 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 4. You get it?
Green dot on the 2. Nice. Let's go to break even because that's a pretty big risk there. And actually, I'm going to try to take it down to the open here. I doubt we...
All right, let's go to the next one here.
All right, we've got...
Okay, looks like we got Enigma plus Cypher over here on the right. And we got continuation, MACV, looking good. Another one of these where, okay, so can you see the hill over here on the masher? There it is, okay? So we want to press F6 and draw that line over. Hard to eyeball this, okay? I can't tell if it's there. It looks like he's got a little bit of space there to work with. So I actually think this is a good play right here, just based on the masher alone. I'm telling you, you can get a lot of read off of that masher. I'm going to keep reinforcing that. So I see everybody using it. It's very powerful.
I'm going to go ahead and put
or at least use it as part of your read.
For now. Or, I'm sorry. 2.
He's got space. That looks good. I also like high time frame here. I love it. That is an ignition bar. Can everybody recognize that's an ignition bar, right? Ignition bar right in front of it. Awesome. Great stuff. Okay. We want to look for that continuation. This is a great spot here too. Man, this is a really good play to start maximizing here. We want to maximize a play like this. The entry is Enigma here as well. Looking really juicy. It's also behind a divergence on which time frame is this one? That's on the 24. This is looking really juicy, even though, you know, there's been a lot of movement up here. Doesn't matter. This is looking pretty nice here. Probably not as maybe nice as that right there. Dive bombing right in and catching the perfect enigma inside of the Bollinger Cloud, but pretty darn tasty. Pretty darn tasty. Yes, indeed.
2 contracts, one button click. Now we've got a J-hook.
Add to position, add to position, add to position, add to position. Oh, okay, he did. Okay, he did. He added to position there. So again, this is where these are those quick skills start to come in handy, right? You definitely want to add in on, that's a HMD right there, right? Looking nice.
I'm not going to move any of my stops or my targets for now. Damn it, we might get stopped out on this one, folks.
Ooh, so close.
I'm going to move that down just a tad to coincide with that dot. Don't want to get stopped out on this one, but
oh, red.
Enigma
Oh, no. Okay, red Enigma shows up. We got to close out the position. Got to wait till that sucker breaks.
here in seller is going to have to close it.
Okay, close it out. Oof, okay. So a lot of things there. Good. It came super far, super deep on you. When it came almost to the stop here, you got to kind of start to think, okay, I really need to be closing out. I've told you guys, sometimes you get, if you're looking at your stop management, advanced stop strategy video, go back and go, okay, so this thing came, you took some deep heat on it, comes back up, you're just thankful to close out the position. When one of these is going to just work for you, it's going to just come in here, hit it, boom, get the big ones. But these, you know, that risk you, I would go back to look at the advanced risk management strategy, where if you're going to take the heat and it comes back up in your direction and it comes back up to your close, and this almost, I mean, it's nearly textbook. As soon as it comes back up this far, we got to close the position. I think in that video I said, man, don't even hold it back all the way to your close or to your open. You want to close it before you get to the open. This one even gave that to him, and then boom, that red one shows up, and yeah, no surprise here at that point. It's like, you got to go. And even as much as I love this play, I would take a retry at this if we got another. I hope, I don't know if I can't remember if he did a retry on this one or not, but I would be looking for another retry. But don't blow it on the first play, because oftentimes he's going to make a big, deep fake out, get everybody off sides, and you just don't want to take all that heat. So just think about that in that stop management rule. I don't know that it could have been, yeah, I mean, no, that one could have been. It could have been better, but I don't know that it could have been avoided. I definitely would have taken that same play. Definitely would have taken that for sure.
I was going to have to close it. Son of a bitch. We got a double dot. Let's go ahead and get.
Okay. Again, it's a lot of, I don't understand the need to move the chart over. I don't understand this need. If someone can help me understand the psychological need to move our charts around like this, to see what are you seeing over here in the darkness, I don't understand. Is it this line? Is it the length of this line? Is it? I'm not sure. It's not just Coop. It's a lot of people needing to feel like they needed to move stuff around. I don't understand that.
Get a little piece in there if we can. I'm going to leave my order right where I put it. All right, we're going on this double dot here. Going to slide up right underneath there.
Okay, where are we in relation to that previous one? Because yeah, I like the look of this here. We on NQ. We've got an ignition bar prior on the 89. We've got a nice juicy leg up. We've got the bolster right here. This is good. Yeah, we got a lot of things going here. Got the HMD, that looks good. Got the double dot right here. Yeah, this looks really tasty. We got the ignition bar right here. Love this. Context wise, this is looking real nice, real juicy.
All right, got the first target. Let's move it up to this PPRZ up here. PPRZ disappeared, so I'm going to be... Oh, there it comes back. This wasn't... The X wasn't there when I got into the trade, so... Oh, there's a red dot. Let's go ahead and close it out.
Yep, there you go. Close it out. Very good. Very good. Very good. That was good. Now, it still made me nervous that, he was all over the chart, moving the chart around. He's moving this mouse around. I'm seeing this crosshair move all over the chart and stuff. It's wild, man. Wild. All this movement. But he closed out when he saw the red. That's good. But I think you could have done the same thing without all the extra wiggle effort. And I think your mind will relax a bit more. You'll be able to think more. So, same tips.
Ooh, we got a Enigma long plus a dot.
I like this. Okay, yes, continued. We still have the continuation move here. I probably somewhere in here would have measured from here to here and got a projection to find out this is like a double cross double move. I want to see where the projection point is. And yeah, probably landing almost identically, just smack right there. We've got ignition bars back behind us. We've got the train track moving. Good stuff. Time of day 10:48, and we've got the Enigma play there. Good stuff. Like it.
Now we've got
That's a double dot
there.
Opportunity to get one of the biggest plays yet. I would add to position right there.
So we're gonna add to position.
Added pretty late on that. Red dot, take half off. Breaks, add half back on. We've already added here, so we can ignore that one. Oof, breaks.
We've got a 2-finger going to the downside. Hopefully that does not fuck us on this trade. Ooh, we got that cross. Come on. Push it up. Push
Final
it up. Push it up.
line in the sand.
Push it up. Ooh, we're getting some... Starting to slow down. Come on, don't do that to me. Push it up, baby. Push it up. I gotta take that off so I can manage my trade here. Push it up. There you go.
There we go.
Come on. Come on, push it up, baby. You know you want to.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks. I would hate that one.
All right, we got a DCDM here. Starting to hear some clicky clacks.
All right, so double cross, double move for the entry. No, he's not. Okay, he didn't enter in yet. Okay. Context wise, first thing I do is look at the masher. And my masher line, well, we're at the flat spot here. This is a little bit of a dangerous spot here. But if we're going long here, look how much space we got. That sucker is way up there. So the opportunity here is very, very large. So good stuff. I'd rather see it, I'd love it if it was down here or had touched a prior like right here. But here, that's fine. If I'm going to take it, no worries. Worth the risk. Stop right here. Big target up there. I like this play here. I would definitely be taking that double cross double move, even just on the masher alone. We've got a little bit of a turn up here off of the Bollinger, so we're on an extension point on an extreme on the 24. Looking good. Take that play.
All right, we got a green dot plus a DCDM. A little bit of a... Seems like there might be a little bit of lag there.
Okay, again, all this moving around. Let me show you what this cost him right now. All this moving around, and now he accidentally slipped the chart over. And now there are bars not even showing here right now because he's moved the chart over. Okay, you see how all this went gray? It's because your chart is not, it's not at its current. And you see this thing show up right here. You can't see it, can't do it, can't act on it. it puts you in a very bad position. Not from the trade, but I mean, like if you're a gamer and I don't know, it's like slipping off the mouse pad. It's just bad.
Damn it. Alright, so I'm moving the chart.
All this movement and stuff up here, moving these things around. I don't know how you can possibly be thinking about the play where you need to think about adding to position or not. If something were to show up, how can you be moving this target that's not going to be hit for a very, I mean, it's 34 ticks away. Moving this stuff around is, you're just going to miss out on the stuff that really matters, like the execution part. And I've told you guys before, execution is greater than analysis. I think I should actually probably put it like that. You're analyzing where you think the target's going to go, but you're not being able to concentrate on the execution. Actually, I think that's a good way to say it, is the execution is going to be poor. And as I've said many times, execution is greater than analysis. And, you know, we're kind of, there's paralysis in the analysis because you're paralyzed by moving all this other stuff around. You're not going to be able to concentrate on the execution of an entry if you needed to add to position, etc. Or close the position, or reverse it for crying out loud, like even more so if you had the opportunity.
Oh no, we've got
Rain said, Vinny, is there a masher pivot strength we should look for? Like how many bar drop or gain should we be looking at? Oh, come on, bro. That's a noob question. Go watch the video, bro. The masher has to do with where was a prior pivot. It doesn't matter how far it is and whatnot. That's the whole point, and that's why it's so awesome, is because it's automatic. It auto optimizes itself. It's optimized on, well, where was the pivot, where the market turned. Like, how can you bypass this one because the market didn't turn there? You're looking for the ones that made the turn. How big was it when it made a turn? So you know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 or if it's a 4 or a 5 or 10. It does not matter. It's completely innocuous. That's what's great, is whatever the current market condition is. I'm really trying to help you understand that, you know, a lot of people think, oh, markets are math. No, they're not. That's why those people, if it was math, then everybody would be succeeding with it. It's not. It's the nuance. It's the art of it. So in the current market conditions, where was the prior pivot? Where was a major pivot? Mark those on the masher. That's your number, bro. You're asking me, what's the number, Vinny? What number, Vinny? What number? No. Bro, watch the fucking video. Pardon my French, but you know, I told you. That's the point. Or y'all, I swear, nobody takes notes on the videos, or you're just, I don't know. All right, carry on.
Got an Enigma long as well. Let's add to that. Oh, got stopped already on that. On the initial DC. All right, we've got DCDM, plus we have...
Yeah, juicy.
This Enigma.
Okay, so is this, let's see, did we have a retry from before? Is this the same DCDM? $10.57. Yeah, so draw a line right there, because I think this one failed, right?
Okay. Well.
But it still looks like real nice.
That.
This would be one that I would want for a retry if it didn't work out. Yeah,
that.
So it doesn't work out. Okay. So takes a dive, draw a white line right there. This is my retry point right here. Let's see.
All right, we've got...
Oh, it's just off the screen. Yeah, can't see it. Okay, let's see.
DCDM, plus we have this Enigma. Let's go ahead and cancel that order since it didn't look like it's going to get picked up. Oh, we got it.
Okay, I think he's using buy limit orders because some of his are not getting filled, so he's using buy limit orders. Also, completely useless when you are doing trader funding programs. There's literally no point in using those. It's a complete waste. I don't teach y'all to use them ever anyways. So, yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
Got a red headshot potentially. Let's take one down there.
Okay, this thing, yeah, this looks like this sucker's gonna go. You want to look for any opportunity to add to a position like this. So you got your headshot going. You've got this straight setup coming in. You can tell everybody's trapped down here. That is a monster trap, big trap down here. And look at all the space you have. So the prior hill, again, real easy to read. It's not about the number, folks, right? That says 10. Who cares? I've never said anything about the number over there. It's completely innocuous to what we're doing. We have a line. We've drawn it up here. He should have a vertical going all the way up here. So look how much space he has. Right now, the masher is right there. You have all this space above you to work with. Okay, so plenty of space, even for T1. Well, forget T1. That'd be T2. But your runner, you know, this is a scenario where you want to max out. You want to max out a spot like this. You don't get these very often. You got space up above you to the golden rope. You got space up above you to the golden rope here. You are, you know, colliding up here, but you can just tell from the trap point that is a massive trap down there. People are off sides like a mo. They're pushing up and out. Yeah, this is a good spot to be. Enigma right there. Yeah, juicy one right here. You want to maximize this opportunity right here.
Now we're in that PPRZ up there.
Awesome, you added to the position. Good stuff.
There we go.
And then you took some off.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
PRZ cross.
Okay, I feel like there's probably more in that one. I'd love to see like the after effect of that one, but I don't know. Let's see.
Just gonna move that right up there. Oh, we've got an Enigma long now. Let's move that down. Oh man, you're not gonna give me an entry. It's not gonna give me that entry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he is. He's using limit orders a lot there. Okay. Let me make sure what I'm thinking is right. Yeah, there's really no point in doing limit orders in trader funding programs. They force fill. Your orders don't hit the tape, so you're not worried about liquidity. Stuff like that. These are, I mean, that's a technique you might use if you're trading a live account. So if you're practicing like you're going to do a live account, perhaps if you're wanting to try to do that when the market's at heated speed, probably not something you want to do. Okay. Yeah, and again, not a big deal. If you want to do limits, yeah, you could do it, I guess, if you want to do your thing. Another one, this should have a lot of legs to it.
This thing's not going to give me an entry, is it?
A lot of moving around.
CDM.
All this movement doesn't do anything other than, you know, fingers over buys and sells, guys. That's all I can keep reiterating, and it's for everybody. It's not just Coop. There's a lot of people that do this a lot. Don't fart with your chart. I don't know why is this crosshair bouncing around all over the place. I want my fingers over the close buttons so bad, or my finger over the buy sell buttons.
Dang, I really
It's
wish
a beautiful
I
40 tick play here. He's up in 45 ticks. That's nice.
Give me that target, baby. Give me that target. Push another Enigma.
Add to position. There you go.
I gotta go.
There you go. Now we're talking. Now just hold until you see an opposing signal. Now please, okay, just hold it until you see an opposing signal. Now you got it maxed out, baby. Hold that sucker. Let her roll. Let her roll until you see an opposing signal.
Man, what a delay.
There's one. Close half.
That was some serious
If it breaks,
delay.
add it back.
I gotta take some of this off because I'm not. It was acting real goofy there.
There it goes. It breaks. So break, add it half back. So half off right there. Add half back as it breaks. This is the half on, half off add. These are the days that make your bonus. These are the bonus days right here.
I just want to make sure that there's not some crazy delay shit going on.
Okay, he's saying something about the delays, or maybe something was happening with his workspace or something. I can't really judge from here. I can't tell. Maybe he knew something was going on. I didn't know. It looks okay to me.
Like we've seen before, like
seems like he can move things pretty freely, but I don't know. Maybe he knows something else going on. He's got Enigma bar, ignition bar, another ignition bar there. Could be huge. Continued moves up there. Massive trap. What time of day is it? Yeah. Beast mode hour here, and could be that play. Could be the one right here.
especially with Don W, he always says that. Let's see here. I'm gonna take another one.
Don't bail yet. Oh no! Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? There's your red dot, bro. There it is. Exit now. Now exit. Oh, I hope you play this back. I really hope you play this opportunity back. Play this day again, and take some of the stuff into account. And you see how your screen's all gray again, because look, man, like you accidentally slip clicked. You got bars on the tape. You can't see the red dot. Red dot shows up, but there's where you want to finally close out this position. Should be a monster play there for you on that one. Definitely replay this day, whatever day this was, July 21st. That was a Friday. Yeah, play that one again. I think you'll learn a lot from replaying this and using some of the critiques I'm telling you about, and particularly keeping an eye on that masher. Yeah, masher has now reached the mountaintop here. Boom, no problem. Red dot, cool. There's your max on play. If it breaks, you can add some back to it again, but you close out the whole position here. If it breaks, add two and roll it again, and then exit on the next red. This is a technique. You really have to. I don't say you have to. Let me just back up. You don't have to, folks. There are people who you can do 100, 200 a day, fine. You want to be pushing it thousands a day. These are the things you'll have to do. All right, carry on.
Man, this is just really laggy right now. DCDM on the ES, we're not worried about that. All right, let's put that right up there underneath that cross. Whoa. Okay. I was like, man, should have that have stopped me out? I think I might have moved it up underneath the cross right as it dipped below, and then so it was just like a weird timing thing. But there's definitely some lag going on here.
Okay, it closed out. All right, you know what's funny? Like, so I did not remember how that one played out. But did you see how? Man, oof, that red dot. So there was a red dot that showed up right there. If he had closed out the full position, there's a lot of ticks here. I don't know where that was, but that's a long way to come back down. That's 10 ticks or so. So these things just really start to add up over time, and if you have additional contracts on, you can really maximize a play like this. I would replay this. That's a moonshot to start, a double cross to add, a enigma to add, and if you were to exit on the point, so even if you exited like first thing off of this crab, see how much you made there off of the crab. Next one, hold the position until you see an opposing signal, which I think the next one was that red dot. Close out on the red dot positions. Those are really going to pay off for you. Now, some people know this as a classic 3 drives. I don't really talk about this very much, but this is called a 3 drives. Yeah, I don't give it too much credence, but on occasion you see those there. We've got other things that tell us, but when you got a 3 drives plus a giant delta there, you're probably going to start to get a little back and forth right here. That's another accumulation going to begin there at a spot like that, oftentimes a little bit. And then when it takes off again, you can add back to the position. Always remember, if you miss out on something, you can always add back. Keep that in mind. Now, we've gone on. Wow, that took an hour and a half. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close this out here today. A lot we talked about. A lot of things went on here. Sorry, that took longer than I expected. Tomorrow, though, let's just go back. I'm going to do the Q&A session tomorrow. I'm doing all of the Ask Vinny questions section that we didn't get to here tonight. I'll open the QA tomorrow as well. Let's get some good rest here tonight. You guys get back there in the mornings. Let's get to it. I also need to continue training our technician. We've got a tech support guy, whatnot. So let's get to it here tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow evening I will do one of these again. I will try to do it earlier in the evening so it's not as late here tonight. Thanks for hanging out here with us tonight, and I will catch you guys in the morning. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and the rest of the gang, I am sending out that big H-Town. See ya.